Hi and welcome everyone. Lisa here for Honeybee Stamps. Thanks for taking the time to join me. So today I'm keeping it quick and simple. I'm using one of my all-time favorite stencils, the Poinsettia background stencil from Honeybee. I've loved this stencil ever since they first released it, and I've had it for a while. So I wanted to pull it out and use it, and I thought today would be the perfect day to do that. Now I'm also going to be using the Oval Spotlight stencil and mask. We're going to start out with the mask on the center of an A2 card panel. And I did spray this with pixie spray because I want to make sure it's going to stay in place while I'm stenciling over it. Now I added purple tape to the back of my card panel so that it would hold my stencil in place while I'm adding the ink. And I thought, what if I only do 3 accents of green leaves and then the rest of it red? And I'm so glad I did because it's so pretty. The design on this stencil is just amazing. So here I'm just coming in with dye inks and ink daubers to go ahead and fill in and cover my panel completely because we're going to use the whole panel for our card. Now once we have this covered, we'll go ahead, take the stencil off, set it to the side out of the way so we don't get ink on anything. And then we'll take the masking off and set that aside with the stencil as well. We don't want to end up getting ink where we don't want it. So now here you can see this panel. It turned out so pretty. There are a couple of petals there that ended up with some red. The lines in those petals are really fine, and I get a little bit crazy sometimes when I stencil, but no problem. I'm going to come in with my white cartoonist pen and just clean those areas up, and you won't even be able to tell that I was a little wacko with the stencil. So I did some die cutting off screen, and I used the new Be Narrow dies. I love those dies. It has that Serious Ray Dunn vibe to it. I just die cut the word joy out of black cardstock. So here's where our stencil is going to come into play. We're going to use that as a guide. So I just lined it up on the top of my Misty lid and taped it in place with some purple tape. And it just makes it easier to line my stamp up because I want to stamp this sentiment on the curve. By doing the stencil on top of the thing, then I have something to guide me, and I'm not going back and forth with the lid of the Misty, trying to figure out exactly where I want this. I have it right here. Another thing, when you're stamping on the curve, you have to work a little bit faster than you normally would, because with the stamp laid out like that, sometimes it does not necessarily want to stay where you put it. Let's face it, it's not meant to be curved, but you know how us crafters are. We like to make things do things they're not supposed to. Here, I'm just stamping it with my VersaFine Clara Nocturne ink, and I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom as well. I'm stamping Wish You, and then we have the word joy, and then I'm using and peace. So it's going to read wishing you joy and peace. And then on the inside, we can stamp this Christmas, this holiday season. It's whatever you want to put on the inside there. I went ahead and I cut extra layers for my word joy just to pop it up off the front of the card and add a little bit of dimension to this. And I did use my own point glue because the tip is really fine. And with these letters, they are narrow letters. So it just was a little bit easier for me to use this on point glue with this set of dies. Now I went ahead and I lined that up across the front of my panel there. And I thought, I'm going to come in with some of the black gem stickers. I'm loving the gem stickers. You get 300 in a pack. And I find I'm using them a lot, even more so than I usually use sequins. I really love using them. So here I'm using my honeybee glue, and I'm going to go ahead and add my panel to an A2 card base, and that's pretty much going to wrap us up. I really do appreciate you guys joining me. I hope you enjoyed this quick and simple tutorial. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. You can check out the products I used in the video over on the Honeybee Stamps website, and until next time, take care.